were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. We could hear the voices ringing. They seemed to say, "You have broken my heart. Now don't go away." As we sing love's old sweet song on Moonlight Bay, we were sailing along on Moonlight Bay. We could hear the voices ringing. They seemed to say, "You have broken my heart. Now don't go away." As we sing love's old sweet song on Moonlight Bay, on Moonlight Bay. Hi, on Moonlight Bay, written by Edward Madden and Percy Wenrick in 1912, and done by me as a tutorial several years ago on YouTube, I decided to revisit this song and present it in a little different way with some, I think, really interesting chord changes to give it a little bit more taste, a little bit more interest to it. I'm basically using a shuffle, a down, up, with a D chord. And generally when I play a D, I bar the 2nd fret, little pinkies up on the 5th fret to give it a little brighter tone. You can play your D like that as well. Either way is fine. Okay, now the little intro on this song is really, really kind of cool, I think. It starts with a D, and I just play these notes separately. Then I go to an E flat diminished, or more accurately called a diminished 7th. Then it goes to a G6. Now a G6, you take a G chord and just release the ring finger, so the 2nd string is open. Then it goes to an A7th plus 5. Take an A7th chord, add the middle finger to the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So once again it goes D, E flat diminished, then G6, A7 plus 5. And we're into the song. We were sailing along. Then we got a G chord on Moonlight Bay, back to D. We could hear the voices ringing, A7. They seem to say, back to a D, A7. You have broken my heart, D. Then we go to a G. Now don't go away, D. Then it changes to an E flat diminished, 7th. As we sing E minor, love's old sweet song, A7. On Moonlight Bay, D. Then it goes to a G. And then back to D. Then we repeat it. Now at the very end, it goes on Moonlight Bay, on Moonlight Bay. Typical barbershop thing, and you can just soak it for what it's worth with all the harmonies you can get out of it. So you start with the D chord. Now here's where using the barred D is really important, because you take it, you just slide it down 1 fret, because it's a movable chord. It's a bar chord, it's movable. Move it down a half step. That makes it into a D flat or C sharp. Then it goes to an A7th. So it goes on Moonlight Bay. And all I'm doing there is barring the 2nd fret to make the D6th. And I do a little tremolo for some dramatic ending to it. On Moonlight Bay. Slow it it down and brush it. So, there's lots of cool little elements that I think I've added to it this time around. And it's a good key. It's a good singing key in D. So have fun with it and happy strumming. By the way, this is included in my book, The Songs of Yesteryear, Volume 1. There's many more songs in that book. And when my wife and I did the ukulele cruise here in February and March, we uploaded many of these songs for the class to learn. And I would say maybe a third of the class, they weren't even printing their music out. They were just using it on their iPads. It was very, very cool, high-tech way of doing it. So if you were to get this book, you can just download it into your iPad or whatever you've got, any tablet. You can use that as your book. You don't even have to print the song sheets. Now, for me, with my aging eyes, this is what I end up using nowadays. Large print edition on Moonlight Bay. All right. Have fun with it, and once again, happy strumming.